Hi, my name is Rose, and welcome to my knitting tutorial brought to you by AllFreeKnitting.com. Today I'd like to show you how to do the herringbone stitch. The herringbone stitch is a woven look stitch where the stitches slant back and forth, and they actually look like, I guess, herringbones, hence the name. And the back side is an interesting pattern as well. Nice, kind of a ribby look. I'm using a bulky weight yarn just so you can see the definition of the texture of the stitches. I'm using 10.5-inch needles, and the key to this stitch is being loose knitter. So I'm going to cast on to 2 of the needles to allow enough room between the stitch loop so that I can get my other needle in. Use any type of cast on you like, just so long as you make sure that you're knitting loosely. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, now next thing to do is just slide one needle out. The herringbone stitch, we're going to be knitting into the back loops of the stitches and not the front. In normal knitting you'd be knitting through the front. This way we're knitting through the back. And you knit in a pattern of 2 stitches at a time. So here we are knitting, taking our right hand needle into the back 2, yarn over, and instead of sliding both stitches off, we want to slide just the first stitch off. And it's really important to keep nice and loose. Oops, I caught a little bit of extra yarn there. And before you slide that stitch off, give your needle a good pull over here so you're getting some extra room here in the loop. So slide that off, because you will definitely need it for the next row. Pulling and sliding off. Holding the second stitch with your thumb will prevent that from sliding off as well. I'll finish this to the end and be right back. Okay, I'm here at the last 2 stitches, which we will do the same as in pattern. Knit the 2 and slide one off. And instead of knitting this normal through the front, just knit it through the back, the last stitch on there. The first knitted side shows all the slants going to the left side. Turning your work, we will now purl back. In the purl side, we'll go ahead and purl just as we would normally, except through 2 stitches again, and sliding that first stitch off. Have to be careful not to slide everything off. Oops, a little hard here with the camera in the way. This is why I told you it was important to try to be as loose as possible. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pull a little extra there. I can see I didn't pull enough before. Definitely a pattern for practicing on how to knit loose. I'll be right back, knitting to the end. Okay, we're at the end, last 2 stitches, and doing purl, leaving the last stitch and purling that as normal. And that is the purl side. Has an interesting ridge look to it. And the front side, knit side slants to the left, purl side slants to the right. And there you have it, the herringbone stitch. For more knitting tips, go to AllFreeKnitting.com or check out my YouTube channel by RJ the Irish. Thanks for watching.